Đây là Askersund Kommun thuộc tỉnh Örebro County. Tổng diện tích là 1019,75 km² và tổng dân số là 1478.000 người. Ở đây thì nó cũng cách xa chỗ tôi ở mọi người. Thì nói chung mọi người nhìn ở trong video thì mọi người thấy với tôi, thật sự thì tôi qua đây lâu nhưng mà tôi cũng chưa có tới chỗ này nữa mọi người. Tôi chỉ có trong sách vở làm, và tiếng thì điển tôi thì không rành lắm nên tôi nói cái tên này cũng hơi sai nha mọi người. Thì hôm nay đây là Askersund Kommun. Thì hôm nay tôi nói thêm để mọi người biết đây là của đất nước Thụy Điển. Mọi người xem nó tới 21 cái tỉnh lớn, và tổng cộng là 290 tại là Kommun tất cả mọi người, tên của tụi nó. Thì hôm nay tôi cũng nói thêm đây, ở Thụy Điển này cũng có nhiều chỗ để quay phim lắm, nhưng tôi ở chỗ nhỏ nhưng cũng vẫn có chỗ quay phim mọi người. Nhưng có cái là tôi không, mọi người thấy tôi không có vào tiệm quán quay, tôi thấy nhiều người quay, còn tôi thì không có quay nha mọi người. Tại vì tôi vào mỗi lần tôi đi chỗ nào tôi quay tôi mới hỏi người ta, chứ tôi không dám quay bất tử mọi người. Thí dụ bây giờ kênh chưa có gì, nhưng mai mốt mà có gì cái nó phạt mình cái là nặng bo lắm nha mọi người. Vì vậy khi chỗ nào tôi vô trong tiệm nào cũng vậy, ở vùng cái anh Muôn này hãy tôi vô tiệm hay là chỗ khác tôi hỏi thì người ta không cho thì tôi không có thể quay. Tôi có thể quay lén được nhưng mà tôi không muốn làm vậy. Tôi chỉ chỗ nào tôi hỏi được thì tôi quay, còn không được thì thôi. Thì hôm nay mọi người xem cái Kommun này, và đoạn sau vẫn là tiếng Anh. Mọi người xem và ủng hộ tôi thêm nha, chứ kênh của tôi cũng ít người xem lắm.
Askersund Sweden. Askersund, pronounced with the emphasis on the last syllable, is an urban area and the central town of Askersund Municipality in Örebro County in southern Närke. At the latest urban area demarcation, 2010, the town had 3,887 inhabitants, which corresponds to approximately 1/3 of the entire municipality's population. The city centre is still characterized by its wooden houses and its two churches. Sophia Magdalena was designed by Olof Tempelman, and Askersund's country church by Jean de la Vallée and Eric Dahlberg. The city is located on the edge of the Tiveden forest by Lake Olsen, which is the northernmost part of Vättern, and along the lake just outside the city is Huseberg Sud with swimming and camping. From the city you have a view of Vättern and Tivedskogen. On the other side of the water you can see Prince Gustaf's castle, Stjärnsund. History. Askersund is mentioned in the 14th century under the name Askersund, and in the 15th century under the name Askersund. Göran Sahlgren believes that the former refers to an ash grove, and the outlet of the Olsundet in Olsen. Here, in ancient times, 3 roads met, and here was a protected harbour, which constituted a natural trading place for the iron goods that were produced in the area. 6. During the time of Johann III, Askersund became a market town under Vadstena. When Sundbo district until 1640 belonged to Finspånga county district in Östergötland. 7. On the 23rd of June 1643, Askersund was granted city privileges, which were confirmed on the 22nd of October 1647. For the development of the city, 1 mantle in Ulavi and 1/4 mantle in Gorgio were donated, within which area the city had expanded by the mid-1950s. The town became primarily a center for the trade in nail smithing for the surrounding countryside. However, only a few blacksmiths lived in the town itself. In the late 1650s there were 2 blacksmiths, and in the early 18th century there was only 1 blacksmith. However, the town had difficulty surviving, and in 1650, it was decided that all bar iron transported via Ulsan from surrounding mills would be weighed and taxed in Askersund. In addition to blacksmithing, the Askersund burghers traded in farm products, malt and brandy on Bergslagen. As the town was often confused with Askersund parish and the village of Askersund just outside the town. The burghers requested in 1664 to be allowed to call the town Karlsund. After a long period of consideration, the request was finally rejected in 1675. During the first years, the town shared a church with the Askersund parish, but in 1651 the town's first church was consecrated. In 1657 there were 127 inhabitants over the age of 15 in the town, and it seems to have been quite prosperous, especially during the period of freedom, although never particularly large. In 1719, Askersund was granted a monopoly on all nail trade in Bergslagen. In 1751 the town got its own pharmacy. 8. Askersund's oldest house, one of the houses that survived the fire of 1776. 9. Aerial view of Askersund and Lake Ulsan. On the 6th of June 1776 a fire raged in Askersund, and that same evening the entire town was burnt down, with the exception of 8 to 9 houses. 3 people died in the fire. A new town had been built 10 years later, thanks to state aid and many voluntary donations. Some of the houses that survived the fire are today in the Hembygdsgården in Askersund City Park. In Askersund, Askersund Girls' School was founded in 1812, which was the second school in Sweden to offer serious education for female students. In 1854, a company started steamboat traffic between Gothenburg and Askersund. In 1856 Askersund's first printing house was opened, and in 1857 the publication of the city's first newspaper, Askersund's Tidning, began. The same year, a telegraph station was opened. In 1858 the city got its first bank, and a water main was built in 1875. In 1883 to 1884, a narrow gauge railway was built between Askersund and Skylberg, thus connecting the city to the national railway network via Lerbäck. In 1854, street lighting was acquired, and in 1899 the city received electricity. 10. Administrative affiliations from being a church village in Askersund parish. The town broke away in 1643 and became the city of Askersund, after the municipal reform in 1862. The settlement was then in the city municipality of Askersund, and before 1952 with a smaller part in Askersund parish. The city was expanded in 1952 with Askersund parish, and the town then, as its central town, formed a small part of the city municipality's area. In 1971, Askersund town was included in Askersund Municipality. and the town has since been the central town of the municipality. 11. From 1965, Askersund belonged to Askersund parish. As before that it had belonged to Askersund City Parish and to some extent to Askersund County Parish. 12. In 2018, that parish belonged to Askersund Hammar's parish. In 1948, Askersund belonged judicially to Askersund Town Hall Court and then to Västernärke Domsaga District Court in 1971. From 1971 to 2001. The town was included in the Hallsberg Domsaga, and since 2001 it has been included in the Örebro Domsaga. 13.